Today is Monday, October 29th, and I'm currently in my 12th week of training for Ironman. It's not actually week 12 because I've been doing this for a lot longer than 12 weeks, but this is the 12th week that I've been keeping up with my Ironman training. I just got out of the pool after doing a 48 lap swim, which is approximately 2,400 meters. That's more than half of what I'm going to need to do in June for Ironman. The great thing about that is that Ironman is more than 6 months away, and I've only been really doing this for 12 weeks, so I can see myself getting there and really being able to do the swim. However, all the swimming I've done so far has been in a pool with no one stopping me and pretty warm water, and that's going to be totally different when I'm in Lake Coeur d'Alene where it's absolutely freezing. And if anyone out there has done triathlon before, which I'm sure a lot of you have, you know that a triathlon swim isn't so much about being able to do the swim as it is being able to survive being kicked in the head and punched and everyone else in the race trying to drown you. So that's something that I have to look forward to. Hooray! My swims have been going pretty well this week. I've actually advanced my swim time quite a bit. Today I did 48 laps and it took me 57 minutes. When I first started out swimming, when I did my first full mile, it took me 50 minutes to do the mile, and now I'm doing well over a mile in that amount of time. So I'm feeling really good about my swim. I've been doing stuff to improve my stroke, such as reaching out farther in front of myself and making sure that I'm more balanced. I'm also making sure to keep myself level with the water instead of allowing my feet to drop and create drag when I'm swimming. There's a dog behind me, see? Hi. Another fun thing about swimming this week is I figured out not to do my swim right before the Aquafit class. Aquafit is a bunch of elderly people floating around in the pool with little weights like this where they lift them in the water. Aquafit elderly people do not respect your personal space. They think that an hour before the class starts, they should be able to get into your lane without asking and float around on pool noodles and bump into you. So surprise, I got bumped into quite a bit, and I'm not going to be doing my swim that close to Aquafit ever again. I had a woman float into my lane at least 5 or 6 times and knock into me, and finally I just stood up in the middle of my lap and looked at her, and she said, "Oh, sorry, was I in your way?" And I'm a nice person, so I just said, "No, it's fine," and I kept swimming, and fortunately she didn't bump into me again because, like I said, I'm a nice person, but only that first time. The second time the fists come out and I start punching. As far as biking goes, we had the bike ride from hell last week, rode out from downtown Spokane to the state line of Idaho and back. And all the way out, we were thinking, wow, this is such a great ride. It's so easy. Turns out that's because there was a heavy wind at our backs. So all the way back, we were pedaling as hard as we could, probably going 5 miles an hour. And it's getting really cold here. So now we're into the point where it's going to be below freezing most days. I did order spin trainers, which are coming in the mail this week, and I'm super excited to get onto those. A few weeks ago, I was bragging about how Ironman has not affected my social life or my working life. I was completely wrong. Now that we're in week 12, I am dropping balls like it's New Year's. It's just, everything is extremely overwhelming. I was supposed to order sweatshirts for the longboarding club, and I didn't have time to do it, and I had to ask Barbara to do it, and she did it. Thank you, Barbara. I've also been dropping balls at work, not at my day job, but in my freelance work. I've not been able to take on any new clients. I've had to turn down a lot of people, and there are some projects that I just couldn't see through, and it sucks because I've heard so many people say Ironman is a second and third job, and I thought that didn't apply to me, but turns out it totally does. I'm not immune. So just so everybody knows, don't ask me to do anything for the next 6 months because I will gleefully accept and I'll be like, yeah, of course I'll do that for you, and then I won't. This week has been pretty interesting for me as far as keeping on track with training, not just because the training is starting to get more intense, but also because I was knocked out for a couple of days with a stomach bug. So all day Saturday, when I thought I would be doing a long distance bike ride, what I was really doing was laying on my couch, curled up in a ball, kind of crying to myself. But I did manage to read a Stephen Hawking book on Saturday, so I feel pretty good about my knowledge of physics at this point, but not so good about my ability to ride my bike 55 miles.
This dog is this dog. Yeah, they spike, spike and spike, spike and spike.